let's get a rolling with things. Um, Trump signed an executive order to let him fire.
Now to breaking news and
Can we not autoplay? Thank you. To make it easier to fire workers that don't agree with him. He made it easier to fire 8,000, which this could go up to 50,000 federal workers that disagree with him. U.S. President Donald Trump signed a new executive order on Wednesday, making it easier to fire 8,000 of some of the best paid government workers, part of a broader effort to overall federal workforce. The order, released by the White House and the Office of Personnel Management, strips jobs protection from mostly senior group of federal workers earning almost $200,000 a year who are deemed to be influencing government. Is it okay that I'm gender fluid? Yeah, of course it is. Deemed to be influencing government policy. So basically, he wants to get rid of every single guardrail left. So what is the end goal here, obviously, is Trump gets rid of all these workers that have been in their positions for decades and decades, and honestly make the government run. Like, Congress and the president do a lot of work at one point or another, but these guys do pretty much all the grunt work to actually get our government to function. They do all the back work. Pretty much every single level of industry that the U.S. government is dependent on is run by these people in some sort of federal office. And Trump wants to get rid of them to replace them with people that he will listen, that will do whatever he says. Low-key, I don't really like Trump. That doesn't got to be a low-key. In a call previewing the move, Scott Cooper, director of Office of Personnel Management, which oversees the government human resource policy, said the administration needs to employ willing and able to carry out orders to achieve the administration's policy. You can have political views, but if you allow those views to basically interfere with your willingness to actually carry out lawful orders and policy directives with the administration, then this provides a mechanism, obviously, for people in those agencies to be able to remove effectively at will. If you disagree with Trump and the way he's running things, and you want to make sure the government does in the United States, the fabric of the country doesn't fall apart, and Trump deems you disagreeable, then bye-bye. Also, happy Pride Day. This is really bad. This is like really, really, really bad. This is one of the worst things that could happen.
Welcome to the News Hour. President Trump today advanced his plans.
Kim Davis is allowed to deny marriage certs to gay couples because of religious beliefs. Yep.
To make it
Also, what's up, Dr. Pericardium?
easier to fire tens of thousands of federal workers. On social media, he said he would move forward with a rule previously known as Schedule F, which the administration said, quote, will allow agencies to...
Jesus, man. This is going to get completely fucked over in the courts. Thankfully, I don't think any court will allow this to like slide. But it's not good. It's not good if he can do this. He's been signing executive orders like crazy. And if this actually goes through, we're kind of cooked for a long time, because these are federal workers who will not want to go back to their jobs. They're going to be scarred. Why ads? AI ads? Oof. Scarox, I'm sorry. Happy Pride Month. Thanks, Iris. Happy Pride Month to you, too.
quickly remove employees.
You guys are helping me add fluff to a normally shorter segment. I think gay marriage shouldn't be frowned upon. I have so many gay friends and I want to see them happy. What does AMA mean? Ask me anything.
From critical positions.
Why Trump be like this? Money. He's an egomaniac who gets so much money from private donors. He gets so much money from private donors, basically allowing him to do whatever he wants. The only things that are really stopping, and this was the issue with for Trump, at least in the first Trump admin. Also, happy Pride. Thanks, Caden, for the happy Pride month. There were so many basically borderline neoconservative Republicans who did not toe the line with Trump, did not do what he said all the time, and it really pissed him off. That's why there were so many firings in the first Trump admin, because there were so many guardrails. People stopped him from ruining the country. Objectively, they did. People disagreed with him all the time. But now, and this is what happens when you lose, when you have Democrats who... It will never piss me off that Trump and his cronies were never arrested by the... It will never cease to piss me off. This could have been avoided if, the Biden administration actually like arrested people for starting an insurrection. They could have arrested Trump easily. It would have been so easy, but Democrats have too much of an ego to do it. And basically, now that Trump has a bunch of people around him who will do whatever he says, there is one other layer called federal employees who will try to make sure the government stays afloat, and he wants to get rid of them.
Engage in misconduct, perform poorly, or undermine the democratic process by intentionally subverting presidential directives. Our White House correspondent Laura Barone Lopez joins us now.
Happy Pride Month. Thanks, Geek Puppy.
Laura, President Trump promised that he would do this. So what does this do, and how many workers would this affect?
Also, you can say you love the lesbians and not add the not weirdly a fucking chorus. It's okay. People can tell.
So Schedule F changes the job classification of nonpartisan federal workers, designating them as political appointees.
The nonpartisan part is incredibly important here.
And so bottom line, it makes it easier for the president to fire anyone that he considers disloyal and replace them with complete loyalists to his cause and to his agenda. Now, Schedule F was a part of the Project 2025 blueprint from
pretty much the exact big point of Project 2025 was to fire a bunch of federal workers, so then they would have more control over what the government does.
The Heritage Foundation, and OMB director Russ Vought was key in
in Project 2025 came out before the election. There was zero reason why they couldn't have just arrested Trump.
Seen this during the first administration, but they were not able to implement it during the first administration. And Russ Vought said throughout the campaign that they wanted to traumatize.
Merrick Garland. Republican Idiocracy. Governor Braun of Indiana put an EP in making June Nuclear Family Month. What? An EO. What? I didn't see that. Jesus, man.
Federal workers. And the White House estimates that this will impact some 50,000 federal workers that could be.
Oh, we're so cooked. We're so cooked. 50,000 federal workers
Be laid off, but government experts say that that's probably a minimum.
So what happens next? And has there been, I imagine, pushback to this?
There has been pushback. But so first, what happens is a White House official said that agencies have until April 20th to hand them the list of who they think should be reclassified in their agencies. But Everett Kelly, the president of the American Federation of Government Employees, said that this is another in a series of deliberate moves by this administration to corrupt the federal government and replace qualified public servants with political cronies. AFG says that they are going to sue the administration, and they're the largest union representing federal workers.
So this is part of a much bigger picture of Trump's war with the federal government.
It is. And so this all comes as President Trump and Elon Musk's team have instituted.
Even though Elon Musk isn't even a part of it. Did you see the fucking shit of Elon Musk saying he only got into politics because his daughter hates him? Because she's trans?
Firings across the board. Yesterday, the Trump administration moved to fire some 1,500 employees at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That's most of the agency, William. And today, a federal judge paused those firings, calling it deeply concerning and that the firings violated an earlier injunction. Now, based on our reporting as well as a New York Times analysis, when you zoom out.
Like I said, like a week ago, lower circuit judges are literally holding this country up. Barely.
Essentially, there are more than 132,000 workers that have either been fired or pressured to take buyouts since Trump has taken office. We spoke to Don.
And I don't blame them. I don't blame them for taking those buyouts. If they're seeing that they're going to get fired or take a bunch of money and leave, they're going to take the bunch of money and leave.
Moynihan, a public policy professor at University of Michigan, who said that this essentially defeats the purpose, this Schedule F, of a nonpartisan civil service. He said that in the end goal,
thank you for the rose,
imposing loyalty
and the hurt me,
and that targeting bureaucracy in this way is a hallmark trait of authoritarian regimes. Practically, it could also mean that there's some favoritism that is instituted when it comes.
Yeah. He basically just wants to hire loyalists. That's all he's going to do. That's all he's going to do is hire loyalists. This will destroy our government. This is the big thing that they wanted to do. This is the number one thing they wanted to do. It's like, if a lower circuit judge, because the Supreme Court would let this go through, if a lower circuit judge does not completely fucking block this, we may be cooked for the foreseeable future. Because I can't imagine a Democrat, like an institutional Democrat at least, bringing this back into effect. Now, a progressive absolutely would, but an institutional Democrat, oh my God. It is so important to have nonpartisan, non-elected officials who get hired between administrations that know how to run the government. Inflation would be out of fucking control right now. Everything would be if we didn't have these basically backbone federal workers, our government would be in total fucking collapse right now with everything that Trump's doing. Yay! Merrick Garland and Biden, you guys did nothing when they launched Project 2025. Everything's already on fire for the... Oh, dude, Dylan, it'd be so much worse. It'd be so much worse.